Okay, well, doesn't sound like the music is working again, so that's right on, right on point. Okay. So it's just going to be me making a lot of breathing sounds and drawing today. Anyways, seemed like there was a hiccup in the internet. I had the starting screen going, and then all of a sudden it kind of just shut off and turned back on. But I did see chat. Simple Man commented while we were waiting to start. So, hey, Simple Man, how's it going? It's been quite a while since I've seen you in chat or anything like that. So, yeah. So, anyways, I think I forgot to change the title of the stream. We are not drawing Absolute Mr. Freeze. That was last time. I'm going to do a Darkseid portrait. So the new commissions list is open. It's almost full. I have a couple more spots. Hello, Denholio. I have a couple more spots, as far as I know, open on the commissions list as of this morning. So I have some 4x5 portrait bonus drawings to do, and I thought I would work on one of those today and just kind of get the line drawing done. Maybe we can do the actual color part of it next time. See if I can turn something out that's decent today. I just got done with a dentist appointment, so that's cool. That was nice. Denholio says he's picking up his kids from school. Okay, and he'll be in and out. That is fine. Just don't wreck. Watch out for children playing. Oh, he's not driving currently. Okay, well, that's good to know. Yeah. So anyways, I haven't been on here in a little bit. It's been kind of a rough little bit of time, but I'm doing all right now. And yeah, I thought I would come on and try to get one of these guys figured out. And again, our internet's kind of cutting in and out, so we'll see how long this lasts. It's been better than it's been better. But it looks like it froze up my screen, so but I am recording it for YouTube, so Oh, the internet. You know, let me see if I can get this. Let me see if I can get this going again, because I can still hear myself. Or at least I could. Okay. I had to go back out and come back in. So yeah, anyways. That's good to hear, Simple Man. But I still haven't solved the music thing. I don't know what is going on with my computer. I have a suspicion that it's kind of on its last legs. It doesn't really want to. I don't know. When I used to stream, I only had one single camera running on this computer. And now I have two with this face cam. And I don't know. This computer was good when I got it, but it's pretty old now, and so I think maybe it's maybe outdated. I don't know. But so I don't know. It might be time for a new one for this kind of streaming stuff. But, you know, the budget being what it is right now, I don't think we're going to be upgrading soon. But yeah. Let's see. Let's move this back. So right now all I'm doing is just sort of sketching this out. I have a little reference picture that I'm looking at to start with, and then I will make some changes to it as I go. Simple Man says, is this a commission or is this work? So my new commissions list is pretty much filled up, and I've been doing these 4 by 5 inch portrait kind of bonus drawings for people that buy the bigger commissions, the 11 by 17s. And so this is just one of those bonus drawings because I thought it would work well to do them on stream, just because they're smaller and don't take very long to do. And then we'll see about doing the color on it on stream too, maybe. Move the camera over to my other drawing board. Possibly, we'll see. I don't know. Yeah, anyways, so it's just, yeah, it's sort of work, I guess. These bonus drawings are also where I like to experiment with technique and materials, and so I have some ideas I wanted to try with some different mixtures for my paint stuff, and so yeah, I'll do that too. Let's see here. Yeah, Simple Man, it gives me an excuse to do to you know, it's hard to say I'm going to try this, and I've done it on commissions and it's not worked out, where you make a mistake or you get it's not quite what you're looking for. And so these small ones, because if I mess this up, it's not a big deal. I can just do another one. So yeah, they are a good place to experiment. Okay, so starting over on 11 by 17 does suck. I would agree with that. That last commissions list I just finished, I had to do that a few times. But, you know, starting over sometimes is the best decision. I mean, you can get yourself in trouble doing that too much. But I got to the point too where I lost. I had the paper got to a point where it couldn't handle any more changes, and you at that point you sort of just have to. Okay. Darkseid does not really have a neck right now, so let's change that. Sort of. Maybe not like that. It's time to charge those erasers up, sounds like. That guy's not sounding too enthusiastic. All right. Oh, sorry, Simple Man. You must have just missed that at the beginning. Yeah, I forgot to change the title on Twitch. So this is Darkseid. This is Darkseid, not Absolute Mr. Freeze. I did him last time. Well, I did the sketch. It was pretty sketchy line drawing of Absolute Mr. Freeze. You are not losing your marbles, that is correct. I am just forgetful when it comes to changing the title. Okay, so this is pretty good rough out, I think. And so I will lighten this up and go over it again. How are we doing on time? Well, we've only been on for 15 minutes. That's not too bad. Okay. This new list that I've got looks kind of interesting. I have new characters that I have not drawn before, which isn't unusual, but kind of surprised at the grouping of characters that I'm getting. Just kind of cool to see new stuff. Some challenging stuff that so I've been trying to, I mean, to a certain extent, make these little 4x5s relate to the 11x17s now. I didn't used to do that. I used to just do whatever came to mind. But now I think it's sort of fun to try to match them up with something that relates to what the big drawing is. I'm not sure why this computer decided that it didn't want to play the music anymore, so I'm listening to myself on stream and I can hear myself breathing a lot. So that also reminds me I didn't set the thresholds on this microphone again. So I apologize for that. I'll try to remember to do that. I've got the noise. I have the noise suppressor filter on, so I'm not getting the background. But this one needs to be touched up a little bit in the thresholds as far as what it starts listening to, what level of, because it's pretty sensitive and it's very directional, so it will pick up a little bit of breathing. Okay. And you can hear the wind. It's pretty windy today. Hello, Warrant. How's it going? Probably going to have to tell everybody that comes in here, because I forgot to change the title of the Twitch stream, that we are not drawing Absolute Mr. Freeze. We are drawing Darkseid, a Darkseid portrait. I actually thought about changing the title, so that's progress, but then I just got started setting up cameras and stuff, and yeah, did not remember. But at least I thought about it this time. Everybody to enjoy. That is a problem. When I can hear myself breathing on this microphone, then I tend to start kind of holding my breath, which probably makes it worse. So anyways, for those of you, because like I said, I am posting these on YouTube just because my internet's been hit or miss, and so I'm not always confident that the Twitch stream will keep going. Yeah, so I haven't really been talking about what I'm doing when I've been drawing lately, as far as like how I'm doing things or why I'm doing things. I've just mostly been drawing, and then if somebody comes into chat, then talking to them about whatever. But I can talk about technique stuff too if anybody is interested in that. I don't know if that would make YouTube videos a little bit more interesting in the future. Right now there is really not a lot going on the YouTube channel. Which is fine. Seems to me like even like Instagram, my Instagram posts are not hitting like they used to, for whatever reason. I don't know what the deal is with that. Just not. I guess I don't really hashtag things a lot. You know, like 25 hashtags, or just not the right timing to post or whatever. But it seems like it's not as much as it's not getting as much as it used to, for whatever that's worth. Let's see. Orant says, I really want a commission for you, but I am broke. It's bad timing with lots of cons at this month. So I already got a bunch. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, there will be other lists. Well, somebody's riding a dirt bike, probably on the street in our neighborhood, which is not an uncommon thing. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, there will most likely be other commissions lists, so I appreciate the fact that you're interested in something. But yeah, I think money. I was concerned about that when we opened this last list because my previous lists, the last 2 or 3 have gone pretty fast. I mean, they've filled up pretty quickly, which has been really nice. But I was sort of concerned about this time around. I think there's a lot of anxiety about money going on right now, and so I wasn't sure. I mean, it's always tricky with collectors markets as far as, this is a want to, not a have to have thing, and so you have to be patient with it. But yeah, no, I hope at some point I get to do a drawing for you, Orant. That would be cool. We could do it on stream, and you could tell me what's wrong with it and what needs to get changed. Let's see. Simple Man says, "Oh, TikTok seems to be better for gathering a following, huh?" Yeah, I don't really do TikTok, so I haven't messed with that. Instagram's another kind to me. I have 1 or 2 reels, but I have several posts with other TikToks still about the same followers, but I don't know. Am I urban or rural? Simple Man. So we're in Gillette, Wyoming, and we are in one of the very old parts of town, and our chain link fence is city limits, so it's a really nice view out the back. That's one of the reasons I wanted to get this place. There's nothing behind us, so we are kind of a combination of both. So we have, that's a cattle pasture behind us. Pickerel Cattle Company owns that, and people I don't think are supposed to be out there without, I know they're not supposed to be out there with permission, but they do go out there and ride dirt bikes. There's a 2-track road, dirt road back there. But there's also people that just ride their dirt bikes up and down the streets here as well. So I don't know which that was. It sort of sounded to me, it's hard because I'm on the back side of our house where this little office is, and the sound on a windy day like this, sound is tough to judge where it's coming from. So it could have been out front on the street side of the house, and it could have just sounded like it was coming from back here. Let's see here. Warrant, lots who want to get right, lots of food. There's Comic Art Live. Yeah, I saw that coming up soon. I did a live stream for Jeff Mart, or 1 year. I did a live stream for that. That was fun. Too much crap to get, Orant. Yeah. Well, you know, that's a good problem to have, in my opinion. So, like I said, there are a couple spots left, as far as I know. Jeff has a day job that he does, so he updates me on the changes to the list as they come in, but sometimes it takes, he's got other things he's got to do. I'm hoping this one, we're close. I'm hoping we fill it up all the way, and then I can just I finished that little 6x9 pretty quick. But I kind of like to know what I have on a full list before I really get into it. But I don't know. I have another 9x12 that came in first, and I started on it also. So I'll just get going on this list and we'll see what happens. I will let you know when you actually draw a third leg on your... Yeah, if I draw a third leg on the... Unless it's a character that has a third or fourth or fifth leg. Simple man, I live in a small city surrounded by farming, dirt bikes, side by sides, through town are regular occurrence as well. Yeah, this is Wyoming. It's kind of like seeing four-wheelers and that sort of thing going up and down the neighborhood in this place is really not it's not really uncommon. Gillette's not small. Wyoming, as far as Wyoming standards go, Gillette I think it's pretty big. I think it's third largest in Wyoming population wise, which isn't that impressive as far as I think it goes Casper, Cheyenne, or Cheyenne Casper. They might have switched up now, and then Gillette is after that. So but yeah, it's more people than I like to have around regularly. But that's also because I grew up, and I'm just, it's kind of where I grew up without a lot of people around. Just like somebody who's used to cities, city stuff feels uncomfortable coming out here. So even though it's not a lot of people in general, I still wish we we tried when we moved back up here, we tried to find some places that were further out of town or had a little bit of property with them but the housing market was so crazy at that point that even in Wyoming, it was really, you could get what you could get. And also Stephanie works at the library, so she has to drive in the wintertime, and so we have enough. We're not right in. We're on the edge of town, so we don't get. It's not like being in the middle of, downtown Gillette. But we also. She can also. It's not hard. The streets get serviced enough, with snowplows and in the winter. And we're only about 10 minutes from the library, so it helps. it helps with that. I mean, you always kind of, obviously you have to always kind of compromise. But yeah, I was hoping we would have gotten a little bit more property. And for the dogs too, just for everything. But I mean, it's not bad. It's just a little bit tighter than I like to have. Okay, so let's see here. So these portraits, I'm going to go in pretty tight on this one because he has a lot of texturing in his face that I like and that I want to try to render. So I'm going to keep it, because I'll scan this in and then I will adjust and resize it before I print it on the final piece of paper that I'm going to paint on. So I can make it a little smaller and get a little more of his shoulders. But I don't know that I'm going to do that. I think this might just be more about his face. I try to, if I can, also, if I'm going to experiment with technique and materials, pick a character. I mean, like I said, I try to get the character to match up now with the 11x17s, but try to choose something that has as much variation in texture, form shadow, like hard shadow, like hard edges and form shadows, which soft curves and texture. And I mean, Darkseid doesn't have a lot of variation in color, but that's not real important. But just so that you have enough differences in a single image. It makes it interesting, but it also you can test out materials and technique. It's more comprehensive, I guess, as far as I did notice with that last list, having to restart on a few of them. Definitely learned a lot and changed a lot of technique. But a lot of times those are problems that come up that are like things you haven't done before, and there's just a kind of a hole in your technique, or that I don't quite understand how to get the results that I want. Let's see here. Orant says he saw him rep one. Jeff won a commission lottery spot for Danik Bryan. I'm on the lottery for Nick Bradshaw, so I saw. Huh. Simple Man, looking great. Thank you, Simple Man. It's coming. Let me show you. Without that, it's graphite, so the light's shiny. Get the shine off of it. Yeah, I know Jeff is a collector. He collects Hellboy artwork. That's usually the commissions he goes for. So, but I did not know that he won a lottery, a commission lottery. That's cool. The 50 Shades of Jinx redo. Yeah, that one was a little rough, but a good way. I had to redo that Psylocke also a couple times. There were some issues that I was having with things getting too dark. Gambit I got on the first shot. Colossus I got on the first shot. King Thor, I got the first shot. So I think it was mostly that Jinx drawing gave me a hard time, which is weird. And that Psylocke 9x12. Now I think Psylocke was more an issue with the materials I was using. I switched to some matte acrylic paint that I was trying, and took a little bit of experimenting with that to get a feel for what worked and what didn't. Yes. Warrant says, or sorry, Simple Man says he loves the texture in his face. Thank you. Texture is one of my favorite things to do. I always like rendering textures. It's one of my, it can be sort of time consuming, but it adds a lot of visual interest. Yes, we talked about the Hellboy collection. Yeah, Jeff's got a big Hellboy collection. And Orant says my Gambits are great. I think my Gambits are okay. Gambit is interesting because he's one of those characters where you have to make his proportions match his character. It's very specific. So I think the first Gambit that I did was headed in the right direction, the 11x17 that I did, and I learned a lot from that one. I think that smaller 9x12 that I did on this last round had more of what I wanted in that original drawing, character-wise. And yeah, for some reason that Gambit was popular on Instagram. It had quite a few out of nowhere. Just had quite a few people liking it. My friend wants an 11x17 Psylocke from you. Did he get one, or is he broke as well? So far, I have not seen an 11x17 Psylocke come through. So he must be broke also. Or he is not aware that the list is open. So you should let him know that the list is open. Jeff went through and he did the email subscribers to the website first and gave them a chance, and then he made I don't know about Comic Art Live. He did a post on Instagram that it was open, and then I don't know about TikTok or Twitter or if he does anywhere else. So. Yeah, Warrant, let him know. Tell him to go to jeffmart.com. It's in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. And it should still, as far as I know, it was still open when I started working on this stream. I'm kind of bad about obsessively checking to see how things are going until the list is full. So I probably should, it's like a, watched pot never boils, whatever. I should probably not pay attention to it. Sorry, I just broke this lead off. Let's see if I can find it so I don't. There it is. I'll find it before I roll over it and grind it into the floor. All right, so we're getting there on this. I can tell my thresholds on this microphone are also not set either because it keeps getting kind of poppy when I get too close to it. It's a good little microphone. For what I do, I mean, I don't have like, you know, I don't have the most expensive equipment or anything for this, but I've noticed you really have to dial in the filters and settings on it to get it to perform, which isn't uncommon with microphones, but I don't have this one quite right. Oren says, the second Gambit was super good with the plasma effect. You did, so I guessed a lot like that, like me. Could be, I don't know. It's so strange. It could have been the hashtag or the timing or who knows, because I've yeah, I don't know. Social media is kind of a mystery sometimes when it comes to that stuff. And it's always funny because I post ones that I think, oh yeah, this one's really good, and I don't, you know, I usually am very critical of everything, but I was like, well, this one's not bad. Maybe this one should be good, and then it gets nothing. So I don't know. Maybe I have bad taste. I like the first one as well, but the red color was a bit too much on it, in my opinion. Yeah, that's fair. It is difficult also with the scans. It might not have been quite as red as it looked in the scan that I posted, but it did have a decent amount of red to it, if I remember correctly, in the background. He has that, it's sort of like it's not a magenta, you have to get that pink. It's not a pink either. It's like a red pink. A pink has purple in it. To get the color correct it's kind of a weird mixture. I have some different paints now. So I think I had a purple that had more red base to it, and I used that, and I'm sure I mixed some other stuff with it too. I probably should have written it down. A lot of people like the classic look. Yeah, classic and sometimes like the 90s, you know, when things were so popular. The Jim Lee X-Men, of course, and all of that. But, yeah. What are we at? Those electric erasers are nice and loud. Okay, so that's not too bad, really. I don't really need much more than this for to start transfer it onto paper and start painting. I think I might well, we're pretty close right here. Sounded like a shaver. Yeah, they kind of do. I need to charge them. They're getting low, so they're kind of getting whiny. They're louder when they're not fully charged up because the little motor is straining. Let me try this. Oh man, I am not doing well with breaking my leads today. You can lean on these 2mm leads pretty well. I mean, you know, you can put, that's why I like them, is you can, But if you get them at just the correct angle, then they snap off clean. And I'm not, this is my old drawing table. My new drawing table is more vertical, or not table, it's a drawing easel setup. So that's my excuse anyways. All right. So anyways, let me show this to you really fast. It's just a quick. Okay. So that's without glare. I like this one okay. I'll put some real sharp edge lighting on him from behind and on his upper lip. Let me see if I can. Just so that I remember that that's what I was going to do. Okay. Is there, where it says, is there a Darkseid commission? Is this practice to it? You were not here at the beginning, so you have no idea. Yeah, I know. And not only that, but I forgot to redo the title on the Twitch stream, so I had to explain a couple times that it's not absolute Mr. Freeze again. So yeah, so this will be one of the small 4x5 drawings, bonus drawings that go along with the 11x17. Hold on. Microphone didn't come on. Now it's back on. I think. Okay. I have like an 8-second delay between what I hear and what's going on, and so I assumed it was going to come back on. Did someone get a big Barda again? Yes, they did. Apparently I'm the go-to artist for commissions for Big Barda. I have no idea why, but apparently I am. Because that is the third Big Barda that I've gotten in the last like 5 lists. It's actually it's Big Barda and Mr. Miracle 11x17, so it'll be interesting. I did that Mr. Miracle Big Barda 9x12. I think the list before last, So yeah. So I get to draw. I thought Darkseid would be an appropriate bonus drawing for that one. So I hope it is. But it's free, so in theory they shouldn't really complain. They can just toss it in the garbage if they want to. All right. Okay, so here you go. Little Mr. Darkseid. Alrighty, well, that was pretty quick, like it should have been. I always think I'm going to do a stream that's under an hour, and then it ends up being like almost 2 hours. But I think this one is actually going to be about right. So, yeah. If you guys know of anybody other than Orant, who already said he knows somebody who wants a commission, then let him know. I don't know how long it'll stay open, because we were close. What I do is I give Jeff a number of what I want to try to make on the list, instead of telling like I want to do 5 11x17s and 6 9x12s or anything like that. I just kind of give him a number, and then we see what comes in. And we were getting pretty close yesterday. The last that I heard, I think it was yesterday. So I don't know that there will be anything open coming up, but if anybody is interested, I would look forward to doing a commission for them. It is, for those of you who are watching this and don't know, that top left-hand corner, jeffmart.com, is where you would go to get a commission, which are, like I said, currently open. Ember Artist is my YouTube channel, which is doing nothing right now. I am just loading these live streams up on YouTube, and they're getting like 10 views, 8 views. It's kind of funny. But that's okay. And n.burr is my Instagram page, where you can see my other artwork. Orant says, do you take old phone tokens as payment? No, I don't. I'm sorry. I take cold, hard cash. That's what I take for payment. But yeah. Anyways, sorry there's no music. I will continue to try to figure out what is going on with my old computer and why it decided that music was not something it wanted to do anymore. So maybe next time it won't just be me breathing. I will, if there's interest, that's what's so hard to kind of figure out, is what to do next. I have, like I said, I have most of the list is full, and so I have 3 other 11x17s to do these bonus drawings for. So I can continue to do those on stream for the next few. I could also try to do some painting on these on stream as well, but I'd have to move move a camera over to my other drawing board here, if anybody's interested in that. I don't know if that would be as enjoyable to watch on a live stream, because I don't know, to me it's always kind of fun to watch people draw new stuff, because you sort of watch it take shape, and so I don't know if it would have as much interest doing the painting over the drawing, but it is more layers of detail. And like I said, I'm not really talking about what I'm doing or technique kind of tutorial stuff yet, because I don't really see an interest in that right now, but there is a lot of technical things to talk about when you do painting. But yeah, anyways, we'll just kind of play it by ear. I sort of missed I missed last week. But I will try to be relatively consistent on Thursdays and possibly Saturdays. I haven't tried live streaming on YouTube yet, but that's probably the next step, is try a Saturday stream on YouTube just to see how it goes. And then also that way you don't have to upload the uploading of the video to your channel is a little bit easier. But anyways, alrighty, well, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, I don't know, there's other things going on as well behind the scenes. I hope I will be able to talk about at some point coming up, if things go through the way that I hope they do. But yeah, anyways, there's little Mr. Darkseid, and I appreciate you guys coming into chat and watching. It's good to see you again, Simple Man. It's been quite a while. And Orient, as usual. You should go get some sleep. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, take it easy, Simple Man. Yeah, well, yeah, I appreciate it. And that's all that I've got for today. So we're going to Sheridan on Saturday to visit parents and stuff. So I won't stream on Saturday, but I will try to be back Thursday, and then the next week we're on vacation, so Thursday I'll miss the Thursday after because we'll be out of town. But yeah, anyways, thanks guys. I will shuffle over to the computer and shut it down, and see you guys next time.